What's up, OTB Spreads Prediction Show coming to you live for April 26th for NBA best bets and what sides I lean and where I'm putting my money. And even if I don't put my money there, this is the side that I lean, guys. So hopefully you find this information useful. And if you do, make sure to drop a like as well as subscribe. Once again, guys, just to review the slate, if you watched yesterday's video for the 25th, we went 3-1 on the slate. We missed on the Pistons, and I owned it in the beginning of that video. I said that the Magic had my number. I am now officially 0-5 against the Magic since the play-in. I had the 76ers, and they beat the 76ers. Sorry, I had the Magic, and the 76ers beat the Magic. We move on to Charlotte. I had the Charlotte Hornets. The Magic beat the Hornets. And then in this series, I've been on both sides. When the Magic win and when they lose, right? So I had the Pistons when the Magic won. I had the Pistons when the Magic lost. Today I went back to the well with the Pistons and they lost again. So guys, there's the losses that the Pistons and the Magic have been giving me. We'll see if before the series ends if I can get on the right side of it or if I just decide to fade. But I'm going to still give you my picks on the side that I lean, whether I decide to wager that one on the next round or not. But it's all good. When you go 3-0 like we did yesterday, and then we had another 3-1 day today, we had the Thunder cleared, cashed. We had the Timberwolves on the money line, cleared and cashed. We had the Knicks laying the points and on the money line, cleared and cashed. So 3-1 day in NBA, 3-0 day yesterday. It's 6-1 in 2 days. And then the day before, I believe we were also 2-1. So, guys, we have absolutely been rolling on NBA. If you're only losing one bet out of 3 or 4, I mean, you're doing pretty damn well. It's a 70% at worst, 60% win rate. So let's continue to do that. I pride myself on that 70% mark. It is hard to hit that consistently, and that's what we've done all 2026 with a 75%, just under 75% win rate. We have now cracked 90 days in profit, guys. Profitable days, whether it's by a few bucks or a lot of bucks. Yesterday we made a lot of that green. Today we turned around and had a really good day. It wasn't as great as we would have liked. The Flyers dropped a play, and we also had the Braves late. But we cashed on the Mariners, lock of the MLB of the day, and we also had the Padres play of the day. So that's on the MLB show, guys. If you want to tune into that, that'll be up next. But let's get into it without no further ado. Let's get into the Cleveland Cavaliers, Toronto Raptors. We're not going to go into the player props. I'm not going to go over that too much. But as you can see on Blowout Alert, that's what this app is. You can go to the descriptions tab, click on the Blowout Alert link. You can sign up for free or upgrade to Elite, get all of the same type of features that I get, from AI agent all the way to the first basket scores, quarter scores. Big data shows you what RJ Barrett has hit on his hit rates, what to look at, what to fade. 70% over the last 10 on points and assists. You can go here and you can click on it, go to his matchup history for Brandon Ingram. It'll show you that he averages under 20 a game against his Cavaliers, and spot on. He hasn't cracked 20 in this series yet. Hasn't been looking too hot. So with that said, guys, I don't think that Toronto gets this at home. I think that the Cavs do what is needed. They take a 3-1 lead here, going back into Cleveland, and they close it out, and they do it within 5. That's my opinion here. Toronto's overmatched. I know Toronto has won some games against this Cleveland team this year, and it's a tough spot because I didn't think that Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley would give up the paint as easy as they did last game. I mean, they were just letting these guys get points in the paint at will. And I don't think that's the same scenario this time. I do still think that Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen have the clear advantage over Poeltl and these guys. You had the one kid down here. What the hell is his name? Danny Battle or something like that? Jamison Battle. This guy comes in and drills 4 threes in the fourth. Look, there's some variables that happened in that game late that allowed them to blow out the Cavs. I don't know if that happens here, and I don't think it does. -3.5, just seeing the movement on the line and everything. Being here at 3.5, it doesn't scare me. I think if the Cavs win, like I always say with the Cavs either win by a lot or they lose by a lot. So it's going to be one way or the other. This 3.5 on either side it's not relevant here. So if you want Toronto, play Toronto on the money line, but I'm going with the Cavs here, -3.5. I think that they win this thing, and they move back into Cleveland with a chance to close it out. All right, in 5. Here we go to the next Spurs, Blazers. Spurs Blazers 62-20 in the regular season. They have a better road record than the Portland Trailblazers do at home. And look, this is the thing. Portland Trailblazers are sub 30% from 3 in the regular season. And that's exactly the variable. We had the Spurs as our lock of the day for NBA just yesterday, and they cashed us. And the reason they cashed us was because we knew that -2.5 was too short of a line. And Vegas reacted. Today it's -5.5. But I believe Wemby's back for this game. Wemby controls the paint. Wemby creates what they like to do with Portland. They like to get into the paint and take those easy elbow jumpers, or they kick it out and dish for a three. And they've been living and dying by the three. When the three fell in the first half, they were up on the Spurs. But I don't believe that happens. I believe that the Spurs got these guys coming back down to life. We saw how great Castle can be. We saw how great Harper can be. There's too many weapons that can outperform the bench when it is bench versus bench. So with that said, the -5.5 here does not scare me once again. I will take that. It's a shorter line. This series opened up with double-digit lines. I know there's a home court advantage here to some extent, but if Wemby's in the lineup tomorrow, which I believe he will be, because he was game time decision last time, -5.5. I think the Spurs roll once again. They're going to win this thing, and they do it in fashion. So give me the Spurs. Keep it moving. All right, on to the next one. We got the Celtics 76ers. This one's a little bit more trickier because, like I said in the last video, this team can be competitive. Like, Edgecombe was 0 for 7, 0 for 8 from 3, right? 0 for 7, yeah. 10 points, right? Paul George had a decent game, you know what I mean? 18 points has kind of been right around where he's been hanging. 4 threes made, though. You know, Maxey carried the team. 31 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. You know, this turns into a 10-point win if Maxey doesn't do what he did late to keep him in it. I just think the Celtics are too talented. There is really good perimeter defense, and the reason the Celtics won and covered the -7.5 was because of Pritchard. This guy Derek White's got to get with it. You know, if Derek White can get it going just a little bit, these games will be won much easier because Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are doing what they're supposed to. Jason Tatum, 25, 4 and 7. Jaylen Brown, he had another big game, 25. But these two guys are what's carrying it here. And that's the only concern that I have is, can the Celtics guys like Derek White, who has been inconsistent all year, continue to step up? Like, if you're asking me who's more likely to step up, Peyton Pritchard and Derek White or VJ Edgecombe and Paul George, it would be VJ Edgecombe and Paul George. But there's no two players on the floor like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. As much as I love Tyrese Maxey, there's one Tyrese Maxey. There's two of those guys. So with that said, I don't love this number at -7.5. You know, part of me has bounced on this one. This is the hardest call for me in this slate. Is part of me thinks that the 76ers are going to give it their all tomorrow. That +7.5 is going to be relevant. That Boston's not going to blow them out. That they're going to play a very complete game. And Joel Embiid is still doubtful. You know, I thought he would maybe potentially make a comeback here for this one, being how big it is and the stage it's on. But man, this is like I said, I don't love this one. This is one I may not put any money on. I may not play it at all. But the side that I'm going to lean here tomorrow in Philly, 76ers to stay with inside the number, +7.5. And it just comes down to, like I said a moment ago, VJ Edgecombe, Paul George, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard had a big game, knocked down a bunch of big shots. You know, 15 points, 5 for 10 from deep. They're going to need that. They're going to need that from him again if they're going to cover the number. I don't think that they're going to get that type of production. I think it's going to be the Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown show once again. And because it's that, it's going to allow Maxey and Edgecombe and Paul George and these guys to keep it competitive. Like I said, I don't love taking the points here, and I also don't love laying it. Feels like Vegas is spot on with this number. But I believe Philly at home, clinging to life, is going to play a very competitive game. +7.5. I want those points in my pocket. All right. Bringing us to our last game of the night, we got the Lakers and the Rockets. We've been all over the Lakers. We've now cashed 2 money line plays on the Lakers and absolutely made a ton of money. We were on the Rockets on game 2, where the Lakers beat them in Staples, where the line was -4.5. We were, and Durant came in and played that game. We were on the Rockets there, -4.5. We took a loss. First game we were on the Lakers, and this last game we were on the Lakers money line both times. +270 yesterday, and then the first game was like +130, 140. But either way, this Lakers team is shown to be too much for this Rockets team. I know you can make the argument it's the last stand. They don't want to get swept. Kevin Durant's going to be back in the lineup. but Austin Reeves might be back in the lineup. And I made this mention the other day. If Reeves comes in, does that kind of mess up the cohesion on this unit? Like, I don't think I play the money line here tomorrow. I think I stick strictly to the +5, +5.5. It's at 4.5 right now. When I saw it, I saw a flat .5 +5. I was thinking that might move up. Looks like money might have moved into the Lakers a little bit here. As much as I want to say like they found something there late, and the thing is, it goes right back to Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard having to have big games for this team to win. Like, look at this bench. Like, they don't have anybody, but this team sucks, dude. They can't shoot the ball. 0 for 4 from deep. Amen Thompson can't shoot. He gets all of his points in the paint or on rebounds. Jabari Smith, 6 for 10. He actually had a respectable game. Şengün, he had a good game, but it was sloppy. It didn't look good, like the way he did it. It was just, they played a good game, and they lost. That was the best I think the Rockets could play offensively, and they lost. The Lakers, on the other hand, are just scraping the potential of how well they can play offensively, and they're doing it with guys who aren't supposed to be doing it. They're doing it with Rui Hachimura, Marcus Smart, Austin Reeves, DeAndre Ayton, LeBron James. The sharp play tomorrow is going to be the Rockets, in my opinion, for a lot of guys. And it might be the right play. It might be the right side, at home, down 3-0, avoiding the sweep. I'm not buying into it. I believe the Lakers keep this thing within a couple possessions. I want the +4.5 in my pocket. I don't know if they win this thing outright on the money line. I really don't. Austin Reeves coming back into the lineup potentially concerns me that it could mess up the rhythm of what this team's been doing. But they're riding a hot streak. I think that when teams get wins like that, it only propels them the next game. They don't come out flat, and this Lakers team hasn't looked flat. So give me the +4.5 on the Lakers. And I will say sprinkle the money line. What the hell? There will be the first sweep in the playoffs, followed up by the Oklahoma City Thunder on Monday. So Lakers for the first sweep in the playoffs, and then Thunder following it up on Monday with a sweep. But I want the +4.5. That's the side that I'm going to lean. So I'll take +7.5 and +4.5 on the Lakers and Sixers, and I'll lay the points -3.5 with the Cavs and -5.5 with the Spurs. Off of this slate, guys, I probably would say that the Spurs play is my favorite. It feels like it has the easiest ceiling, and when you say the word easy in betting, it normally goes the other way. But I don't believe that's the case with Victor Wembanyama in the lineup and the way that this team looked, even without him, late and down the stretch. Once again, I'm always going to fade the teams that show me that they go on scoring droughts. Portland goes on scoring droughts. Toronto goes on scoring droughts. And lastly, 76ers kind of go on scoring droughts sometimes, but they still have 3 really good playmakers. I can't say that I want to fade +7.5 in my pocket. And then lastly, this Rockets team, they might lead the pack out of everybody when it comes to scoring droughts. Sometimes they struggle to get the ball in the basket, and that's why I'll put the +4.5 in my pocket with the Lakers tomorrow. And yeah, that's pretty much the basis of it, guys. That's it. That's the NBA takes for tomorrow. Once again, if you want my premium plays, just use the code word money at checkout when you click on my Winible link. That link is in the descriptions box. Just go ahead. All my links to my sites, my socials, the Winible premium plays where I sell all of my premium picks. Go over there, purchase a pass. I have parlays as well as my locks and straights of the day included in the pass, where you will get some parlays to tag along and take some shots at bigger payouts. But once again, guys, this is Blowout Alert. This is how I make my plays. This is where I get my data. Once again, I do all my line watching here, my price shopping, and most importantly, the data analytics and the why behind. Am I taking steals on Jake LaRavia? I don't know, but he's been doing hella damage on it. 3 and 2 and 0. He might be worth a look tomorrow for 1 or 2. He brings the defensive intensity, I will tell you that. All right, y'all, I'm signing off. Have a good one. Book the one way. Let's get it.